Hello. Welcome to another installment of Storytime with Tasha. Um, it's me, Tasha. I I felt compelled to do another episode. I think this is like five because as you guys know, I do online dating. And the reason why I do this is because I feel like it's so much easier for me to filter out the people I allow into my life. Um, I feel like you can tell a lot. I don't care what anyone says, but this is just my opinion. I feel like you can tell a lot um, about somebody by how they talk to you, even via text message. Like you can sense attitudes, you can feel energies, even through text messages. So don't let anybody tell you differently because they're all fucking full of shit and using that as a scapegoat. So that's why I do the online dating thing. And then also, it's I don't get approached out in public because I look intimidating, and that kind of drives me nuts. It's not like I don't really go out all the time with the intent to get hit on or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, um, but I find that to be the most common reason why no one talks to me. And if they ever do speak to me, it's because they've seen me, you know, multiple times and have built up that courage. Um, so today's episode won't be about any particular dating story. It'll just be about something that I seen on one of the profiles that I came across, and it kind of drives me a little bit nuts. And I think it's become real popular with dating culture. And I don't know if people are doing it because it's really how they feel, or they're doing it because it's a trend. I'm not one to follow most trends. I usually kind of jump on the bandwagon after it's already like miles ahead in front of me. So, you know, but this is probably one thing I probably will never really get into. And it's not because I'm insecure, or, I'm not open minded, because a lot of people tend to use that shit, which drives me nuts. It's just because I'm not okay with it. Period, point blank, end of story. So, this episode is actually about poly relationships. Where do I begin? All I'll say is that I feel like it is just another excuse for people to be out here doing fuck shit. And that's all there is to it. I feel like people have to put a category or label to something to make it okay. Um, their justification is because humans weren't meant to be monogamous creatures. Let me just make something very clear. The difference between us and animals is our conscience, okay? We feel differently, we express differently. Obviously, we can speak. Our conscience and our humility makes us completely different from animals, okay? And even animals, a lot of them are partner creatures, and tend to stay with those partners until deaths, because their lifespan, God knows what these days, is as short as a toothpick. But I don't. The point I'm trying to make is that I feel like to say that humans are not meant for monogamy because we're creatures or we're animals or whatever, that's bullshit. And I feel like people have come up with that type of a justification so they don't feel bad about the fuck shit they do. So I came across this one profile. Oh, I was gonna pull up my phone and use my phone to show y'all, but I'm using it to record. So I had a webcam, but it doesn't work. It's not like compatible with my laptop, so I'm gonna figure that out. Anyway, I came across this profile that said, married, seeing someone non-monogamous, and I was like, now what's the purpose in getting married if you know you just want to do any and everything with whomever? Why make that commitment? Because it is a commitment, it is a partnership, and still want to step outside of that. Why not just be single? Because I mean, that's ultimately, you know, what being non-monogamous is, right? You're a single person and you're just doing whatever the hell you want to do with whoever the hell you want to do it. Why not just do that? I don't think it's healthy for people to be in a poly relationship because it does create complexes. And what I mean by that is that no matter how long you've been with the person, no matter how well you think you know this person, if a third party or a fourth party is introduced, there will be an increase of insecurity. You will begin to question why they were invited in. Even if you are okay with the person, even if you do find them attractive, even if you think they're cool, that's fine. Outside of that, you will begin to question, why is it that my partner wants to bring a third party or a fourth party? What are the qualities that this person has that I don't have? And it could be a very superficial thing, or it could be something really, really deeply rooted. You don't know. Now, it'll start out really small. It'll start out as something very, little. Oh, her butt's bigger, right? Boom. Let's just say that her butt's bigger. And it's fine. It's okay. You're into it too. Everything's fine. Now, months go down the line. The person is still involved. Feelings begin to grow. And when they grow, so do some insecurities. Okay? You cannot have one without the other. I don't give a shit what anyone says. You can't have one without the other. Some insecurities are smaller than others, but they are always there. And then you will begin to question why they're still around. Now, this is supposed to be your partner, even though you're not monogamous. This is supposed to be your partner, but they still really have this connection with this other person that you can't really understand, because that is a connection between them two, right? So now there's this complex that's going to grow, because it's going to feed on your insecurity. It's going to feed on that thing that's in your head that's like, why? And then feelings begin to get hurt, because now you have to create boundaries. And I think that's kind of the idea behind being in a poly relationship, not having boundaries. But then you're going to have to create those, so you feel secure in your partnership with this person because it came first, right? But that's not how everyone sees things. And if it works for some people, maybe I don't understand how, maybe I don't understand why. I'm just saying it is a thing that has grown and is trending, and I think a lot of people out here don't understand the depths of that, and they don't realize how damaging it could be to your psyche. And it's not because of it's not necessarily because of insecurities and things like that. It's because you have to refrain from doing certain things. You have to refrain from doing natural human responses to things, And I think that's just complete nonsense. Everyone wants what they want, and they don't want to share it, because that's human nature. We don't like to share. And I think to force that and claim that you're okay with it and that you're open with it, maybe for a short amount of time it's fun, maybe about a week or two it's fun, but if that relationship lasts for months, it will begin to fester in you, and you're going to try and figure out why the hell is it still going on. I know myself, and I know that I don't like to share. I don't like to share my food. I don't like to share my space. I don't like to share nothing. I don't even like to share headphones. That's kind of gross, but I don't even like to share those. And it's human nature to not want to. And that's okay, Another thing about that I don't like is, because I don't like it, because it's not for me, I am called, what am I called? Oh, I'm called a sheep. I am closed-minded. A few other things as well, But that's what it really I'm not woke. Oh yeah, I'm not woke. Well, that's kind of with the black culture, but yeah, I'm not woke. And I think those things really get under my skin, because it's like, because I choose to not agree with something and I choose that I don't like it, that means I have to be a follower. I mean, hey, if you ask me, all y'all motherfuckers out there is followers, because every single one of y'all doing the same thing with every single one of y'all. I'm not judging. I'm just saying it's not for me. And I think it's okay for people to feel like it's not for them. You don't have to subject your, emotional well-being to keep someone happy. And I think that's what a lot of these poly relationships have turned into. It's to keep their partner happy. I'll have to sacrifice this and this and this. And I don't think this relationships, poly or not, relationships are not about having to sacrifice major things. It's about compromising. And I think and it's not just guys. I think a lot of people think that guys are the ones that have this whole idea. It's not just them. Women are like that as well. And truth be told, I feel like they're a lot worse. You didn't hear it from me though. You don't have to sacrifice, how you feel about something to make someone else happy. And I think that was probably the birth of this whole poly thing, a guy just not wanting to commit to one situation, or a girl just not wanting to commit to one situation. And if you don't want to do that, don't say that you're in a relationship with this person and it's not monogamous. Say that you're single, because that's essentially what you are. You're single, you're just fucking somebody long term. That's basically what it is. And to call it anything else, I think, is a little bit disrespectful to what actual relationships are. I think it's disrespectful to what actual marriage is. I'm one of those people that want to get married. Call me traditional, call me old school, call me whatever the hell you want. I grew up in a household where my parents are married, they're still married, and that's the type of lifestyle that I want when I become 50 or whatnot, And that's okay. Don't try to make me feel bad about it. Like, fuck that shit. I'm happy with one person at a time. And others find that they, for some odd reason, have no type of fucking self-control, that they have to be with everything that walks past them. And it doesn't always have to be sexually. There's emotional affairs that occur. It could be an emotional thing. I just think it's a whole bunch of hoopla. I just think it's all fucking bullshit. And I feel like it was created so that people could not feel bad about what they're doing when they're doing it. So if you believe in monogamy, if you believe in poly relationships and that's something for you, then hey, break down that explanation to me. And how do you feel secure in that, going through it for years or for months? We're talking long term. Explain to me how you manage your mental in something like that, because I could never. I'll be done smack everybody in the thing. Everybody gets smacked.